everyone, it's me Carly, and today I want to tell you about how I made €1,000 a month teaching English classes in Spain. Yes. Okay, so in case you've never seen me before, my name is Carly and I make videos about traveling, teaching online, and just living abroad. So if you're interested in any of those things, be sure to check out my other videos in my channel and subscribe. So I really hope you guys like this video. It is to help you make more money teaching your private classes in Spain. I have lived in Spain for 5 years. It took me about 2 years to master the art of establishing private lessons so that I've been able to maximize my earnings and make at least €1,000 a month in private lessons. Yeah. Okay, so first of all, €1,000 might not sound a lot to you, especially if you've never been to Spain before, but it's actually quite a lot here because things just cost a lot less than where I'm from in America. I easily can go grocery shopping for the week and spend €30. Amazing. So anyway, the first 2 years I lived in Spain, I worked through the government's Auxiliaries de Conversation program. It's totally free to apply. Definitely check out my other video if you're interested in learning about that. So first 2 years I just did the program. I didn't earn any extra income, but after a while I started thinking like, I need more money for the summer, for traveling. So I devised a plan to make money with private lessons. Okay, so I have 8 tips that I want to give you. First and foremost, please don't ask me anything about taxes. Oh my gosh, don't ask me. Everybody's tax situation is different and I am not a professional accountant. Well, let's break it down to what it really is. €1,000 a month is €250 a week, and depending on how much you charge per private lesson, I charge anywhere between €15 and €25. So let's just say the average is €20. That's about 12 and a half hours a week. At 4 days a week, you would need to do a little bit more than 3 hours a day, or you could do 5 days a week and do about 2.5 hours a day. So totally up to you. You need to think about many things when you are trying to make a good plan for these private lessons. The first thing that I think is really important is location. Where do you live? If you live in a big city like Madrid or Barcelona, you can probably charge more than you can charge like in some smaller cities. But you can get an idea of what the prices are from other teachers in the area. Just ask them, how much do you charge for your private lessons, and get an idea about what you can charge. Also, another big thing with location is city versus suburbs. I was really lucky the first 2 years I was in Madrid. I was placed in a suburb outside of Madrid. It's in zone B1, so on the outskirts. And that was great for me because there are fewer teachers, which means less competition. So when you ask for a specific price, people are more likely to say yes because you're the only teacher they know. So they'll say yes to your prices. The second thing you need to think about is that time is money. If you're spending a lot of time commuting from place to place, that's your money. So don't take lessons that are far away from each other. You want to have your lessons that are as close together as possible, close together in time and close together in location. The better you can set up your lessons, the more money you'll really be making per minute. Because when I first started, I would have a lesson over here, 3 metro stops away from another lesson, and that extra 20 or 30 minutes, like all of that time adds up. So really try to make a point to get lessons all in the same area, the same building, the same house, if possible. Number 3, I would say, is give discounts, but be firm. So I would give discounts to people who take more than an hour long lesson. If you take an hour and a half long lesson, maybe I'll charge you a bit less than the standard rate that I ideally charge. Or for families that have like 2 kids, they're taking 2 lessons back to back in the same house, I would charge less. Friends in the same building having lessons back to back, I would charge less. So be able to give discounts, but also you need to be firm with what you want to make. Of course, like anywhere, people will haggle with you and try to talk you down, but you need to be good about setting up prices that you're happy with and that's also fair to the student. Okay, number 4, I probably should have mentioned this before, but you got kind of two options. You can either do private lessons or you can do lessons through academies. Now, both options have pros and cons, and me personally, I like to work for both. Private lessons are great because you have all the control over when you give the lessons, what the lessons are going to have. But the bad thing about private lessons is that parents can cancel on you like really fast. Like, and you don't have anything to hold against them. You probably don't have a contract with them or anything. So that's where academies are great, because with academies, you're pretty much guaranteed those hours every week, because if you're teaching groups of kids, at least one kid is going to show up, and academies have their own cancellation policies in place, so that they are always making money, so that you are always making money. So if you can, I think finding a balance between a good academy and doing your own private lessons might be the perfect option. Okay, number 5 is to get lessons. Obviously, get lessons. Now, you might be lucky and get lessons from parents or teachers at the school where you work if you're an auxiliary like I was. But if you aren't working as auxiliary, maybe you don't have access to those people. So you need to look online. I would suggest searching different Facebook groups for ESL teachers in your city, other auxiliaries groups in your city, and try to find lessons that way. Teachers are always giving other lessons to other teachers. When you message these people, be nice. You need to be nice and professional. So say hello, tell them a bit about your credentials, why they should give you the job, and definitely look up where the class is before you message the person, so that you don't waste your time and you don't waste their time. You can also check websites like Lingo Bongo. They have job listings in big cities like Madrid and Barcelona. But be careful with Lingo Bongo, because I did get scammed by an academy that I found through Lingo Bongo. I already made a video about it, so be careful with Lingo Bongo. But I mean, all right, number 6 is just to be open to teaching a variety of students. When I first started teaching, I would only teach students from my school in private lessons, because I was like, oh, I only know what they're doing in classes. It's gonna be easy. I was really intimidated by the idea of teaching like adults or even teenagers. But after a while, I became more confident and comfortable. I'm now able to teach kids from 3 months old to adults 80 years old. Like literally, I can teach everybody now. So just being a versatile person and being able to teach a variety of lessons is going to open a lot of doors for you and give you more opportunities. So try to be open to teaching different people of different ages and different exams. Don't be intimidated by the Cambridge exams. I know they look like really intense, but you can learn about them. Number 7, I think, is probably the most important thing, and that is to give actually great lessons. I try to give great lessons that my students love, that the parents like. I want the kids to have fun and be happy, but I also want them to learn a lot. So I try to incorporate a lot of games and interactive activities. My classes are supposed to be dynamic and fun, and that's my aim all the time. So really try to get to know your students and find out about things they like. If they like Pokemon, you can make a lesson about Pokemon. Really try to give great lessons that will make the parents or the students happy and want to take lessons from you every week, because you can imagine, like, it's not going to be fun for you or the student if they don't want to be there, and if they don't like you, it's going to be painful. Which brings me to another point, and that is finding a balance between being practical and your feelings. Okay, so all the time you're going to probably have some people, some students that you don't really care that much for, and if they're causing you a lot of stress, if doing their lesson is causing you anxiety, then stop it. Quit teaching them. There are plenty of students to teach, and I do not sacrifice my mental health to teach anyone. I've never had a student that was so bad that I needed to quit doing lessons with them that school year, but I've had students where the next school year I have an excuse for why I won't be returning. But if it was ever really, really bad, I would just drop the student. No student and no money is worth your mental health. If you're living abroad in another country, there are going to be times when you just feel like sad or homesick, and you don't want to have some terrible private lesson to go to that's gonna make you feel even worse. Okay, so I really hope these tips helped you. I'm thinking about doing a coaching sessions for people who live in Madrid that want help with doing private lessons. I have so many materials to share and help with, so look for information about that below, or feel free to send me a message through Facebook or Instagram about possibly having a coaching session for you. And I'm open to doing online sessions as well. Leave any of your own tips below. If you have some tips that I didn't mention, leave them below. Okay. And I just want to say as a disclaimer, something that really helped me have the time to teach private lessons and not feel burnt out either was that my school actually finished at 2:30 every day because I taught at a high school. So if you teach at a primary school and you don't finish your day until like 5 in the evening, it's going to be more difficult for you. But it's possible. So just try to use my tips, and I really hope this helps. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them below. If you like this video, please like it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Good luck. Bye. I forgot to mention that I don't teach as many private lessons in person anymore because I discovered the power of teaching online. So definitely check out my channel and check out my other videos where I talk about different online ESL teaching companies and how to get into online ESL teaching. Okay.